380, show 380, as we approach the high holidays and the call of the shofar. Today, part 3 of Jewish music and AI and all the, what's the word I'm looking for? All the responsibilities, the legal obligations that come with it. We're going to be delving into that today. Of course, we have with us Ethan Bill, music producer.
Oh, Lenny got frozen. Now I'm here by myself. Okay. Well, while we wait for Lenny to come back, I'm Ethan Bill, and I'm a music producer, and we're diving into part 3 of AI. And we had created 2 songs last time, and I had sent Lenny. Is he back? You're back. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The connection froze.
All right.
Let me
I
get
was
you
I
back
was
on.
I
We're
was
all
con-
on. Okay. We're back.
all right.
We're
Switch the
back,
screens.
everybody.
S- Can you switch
Oh,
the
I
screens?
was feeling so good. Wait, first let's move you to the top right. There we
Yeah.
go.
All right.
And well,
That's good.
we are on again.
Mm-hmm.
We say hello to Uri Butler from Squirrel Hill, PA. Uri's there. We say hello to Judy Hertzfeld, our associate producer from Clifton, New Jersey, who I just spoke to online. And we say hello to Devora Altman from the Kosher Cakery. Kosher Cakery, that's my bakery. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to discuss part 3 of Jewish music and AI. And we have a great show. We have Ethan Bill, our engineer, producer, drummer, and many other things. Ethan, how you doing today?
I'm good today, Lenny. How you doing today?
Good. High energy, ready to go.
I love it.
And we hope everybody join us, because the last episode that we had with Ethan, which was show number 378, was unbelievable, where we wrote 2 songs. We wrote 2 songs using AI. Now, we didn't write them. AI wrote them.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that funny?
It's pretty wild. So I had sent you an MP3 of what we created last time, and you had time to sit with it.
Yes, I did. I listened to the songs, and I even played the songs to a couple of friends.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say this. In my opinion, the 2 songs, one of them called The Call of the Shofar, and the other one called Coming Home.
Mm-hmm.
Coming Home was written as a folk rock tune in the
Mm-hmm.
style of Jackson Brown. So one of my friends, who's a full-time musician, well, actually has got a music degree, said this is not Jackson Brown. It's more folk rock, but whatever. It didn't really matter what you call it.
Right.
Um, and so what happened was, uh, they said they each song that the people listened to and then I listened to, they all said you have to re-record it, rearrange it, work on the words.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cute. They didn't they weren't blown away. Like we
Mm-hmm.
were when we first heard the songs, we were blown away a little bit,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, and I think that we say hello to Jason from Chandler, Arizona. Jason is here. Um, you know, I don't know. I think that the R&B version of the Call of the Shofar is really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And I heard Marvin Gaye. I heard Give Me the Night. Which
Yeah,
is
George
what's his
Benson.
name? George.
George Benson.
Yeah, George Benson. Heard that nice groove. You know, but
I
again,
I heard.
again, as we talked about it, my friends and I, you hear it and you say, well, all it is really a combination of all the different styles out there thrown together like chillent or like a stew, and
Correct.
he wasn't so impressed, my friend, with the music degree.
Okay.
The other people
Uh-huh.
who were laymen also, they said it was good. They weren't also they weren't blown away. So in other words, each one of them felt that you couldn't. These were not hit songs. They were not hit songs. So the question is, how do you get a hit song, right?
Okay. But you told them it was written by AI before that, right?
Yes, I did.
Do you think the
Oh,
result do you think their opinion would have been different if you told them, "Oh, check out this band I just found. What do you think of this song?"
different. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
You know, uh, how open-minded are people to this? Not very.
Right.
Um, and you're right. Okay, so like I said, I like to use it as thinking as a writing tool. Okay, that's a really great idea. How can I use that,
In
you
writing a new
know,
song. In writing a new
to
song.
right? How can I
Well,
use
we
that?
never needed that before. I mean, we never needed that
No,
before. Like I just wrote, you know.
but you never know. Sometimes it'll come up with things you never even thought about, or you never would have thought about. Like how
Right.
could it hurt? It's there. I don't know.
Right.
It's wild to know where this is going, how to even think about it, and what is it legally?
Right. Which is what we're going to get into.
Mhm.
Should we should we just try to write one more song just for old time's sake, and then we'll talk about the legalities?
Let's do it.
All right. So for everybody out there, we're using two programs, right? We're using Claude and Suno.
Claude for the lyrics and then Suno for the music.
Right. Claude for the lyrics and Suno for the music. So what should we write about, everybody? I think it's obvious what we have to write about. We did Rosh Hashanah. We did a coming home, which is repentance. We did the shofar, the call of the shofar. I think we have to do a song about the sukkah. And
Okay.
we have to do a bubblegum rock. We're gonna use or rockabilly. What do you think? We should do rockabilly or bubblegum rock? What do you think?
I don't know. So let's start with these lyrics, and you want to make this about
The sukkah. The sukkah.
you
Will
think
they
they'll
know
know
what the
what that
sukkah
is?
is? S U
Let's
K
find
K
out.
Sukkah.
Let's find out.
Oh, and it's doing it. Whoa, under the stars of Sukkot.
Wow, so it did know.
Not only did it not know, it just wow.
See, like I said, I always say this looks too wordy, but you never really know.
Oh, and now we have to write it. So now we have to take these lyrics and we have to say rockabilly or we have to say bubblegum rock.
Okay.
Now, bubblegum rock is from the 60s. It was like the Monkees were bubblegum rock. Or rockabilly would be like the Stray Cats. We're going to rock this town, rock me inside out, right? Which one do you think we should we do?
Bubblegum rock would be what?
It's like then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
Yeah,
That's bubblegum rock.
yeah. And what's the other one?
Um, and then the other one is rockabilly. That would be we're going to rock this town, rock me inside out. Do 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 do. It's kind of like baby and I went out late Saturday night, right?
Okay, hold on.
I think that one. Let's do rockabilly
Rockabilly?
better. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
we've
you
gone now
can
from
style influence.
all you have to do is say rockabilly, and they'll know exactly what to do.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what it comes up with. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is the first one.
We build these walls with gentle care. 3 sides to hold, 1 open to prayer. Palm branches woven overhead, stars peek through where angels tread. 7 days we'll dwell within this fragile home where joy begins. Under the sukkah, under the sky, just sheltering presence drawing nigh. Temporary walls, but eternal love, a blessed protection from above. In the sukkah, we remember and we trust. From Egypt.
Eh,
I liked it.
yeah, I want to listen to the second version.
Okay.
We build these walls with gentle care. 3 sides to hold, 1 open to prayer. Palm branches
No.
woven overhead, stars peek through where angels tread. 7 days will dwell within.
So that's how I use it. If it doesn't hit me right away, it's not worth it.
Right.
Okay, so
The second
let
one
me
was no
just
good.
change the style. Let's do bubblegum rock now.
Okay. All right, we're going to do a little bubblegum rock now, everybody. First, we heard rockabilly in the style of the Stray Cats. And now, here we go.
This is the first one.
We build these walls with gentle care. 3 sides to hold, 1 open to prayer. Palm branches woven overhead, stars peek through air.
Uh,
I don't think that was bubblegum rock, but
no, we should change it. Make sure it's male. Right.
well, that's okay. It was okay. You're allowed to listen to it over a computer.
All right, let's continue
But
then.
Angels tread, 7 days will dwell within this fragile home where joy begins. Under the sukkah, under the sky, God's sheltering presence drawing nigh. Temporary walls, but eternal love, blessed protection from above. In the sukkah, in the
So it didn't nail the genre at all.
I don't think so. Let's see the
Did it?
second one. Maybe the second one's better.
No, it keeps making it ballads. Let me just change this.
So instead of bubblegum rock,
Well, I put bubblegum music because that's what Google
gave you as an
had
option.
it had an official genre called bubblegum music, not bubblegum rock. But maybe this will understand this. Let's try this.
We build these walls with gentle care. 3 sides to hold, 1 open to prayer.
intro again.
So I got to tell you, so that's interesting. You do you hear? By the way, that was very Christian rock, very spiritual
Really?
Christian rock. That was what we just listened to. It was very interesting.
All right, let's do this. The other one it gave us.
Which is what the oh yeah.
We build these walls with gentle care. 3 sides to hold, one open to prayer. Palm branches woven overhead, stars peek through where angels tread. 7 days we'll dwell within this fragile home where joy begins. Under the sucker, under the sky, see the sheltering presence drawing nigh. Temporary walls, but eternal love, blessed protection from above. In the sucker, we remember and we trust.
Okay,
Cute.
it's pretty lame.
Lame, huh?
I want to
But it was
listen
cute.
to the one we really liked, and then
was
we'll
that?
get into the legality of it.
You mean the last week? You mean?
Yeah.
So the one we really liked was the R&B version of the Call of the Shofar.
Right. It's this one here.
Let's go back to that, everybody. Oh yeah.
From ancient horn of ram's own gift, a sound breaks through the morning mist. To Kaya long and strong and clear, awakening souls to draw them near. The blast that echoes through the years, from Sinai's mount to willing ears. Hear the shofar calling, calling, ancient voice that will not fade. From the depths of time it's falling, sacred sound that God has made. Takaya Shevarim, terror, let the broken heart be whole. Shofar's cry lifts every prayer, speaking to the waiting soul. Shevarim breaks in 3 short.
It's absolutely outstanding.
Better song than all of the others.
That's what it doesn't hit every time. I mean, it's all about the right formula that you input. And that was it. The 70s R&B with those lyrics, something about it. It really it really nailed it.
All right. So I think we're done with writing AI songs for today. Let's talk about the legalities. You said you did research into the legalities of who gets royalties, who can claim authors' credit, and all that stuff.
Okay, so this is Suno's terms. Okay, now this is a lawyer I follow. She's an entertainment music lawyer, deals with copyrights and stuff like that. So she's the one reviewing Suno's terms. Okay.
Yeah, I know
So
her.
let's
I've
see.
seen her.
Yeah, let's see what she says. She breaks it down better than I could by reading this.
Okay.
All right.
Here
So
we
I'm just
go.
going to jump through, okay? And for example, the first place I'll point out is the service description. So they go, the service is designed to process input data. So basically, you can use our platform, and when you use it, you give us code, videos, images, information, text, software, music, audio, pictures, graphics, messages, all kinds of good stuff. This collectively is called a submission. What happens is when there is something spit out, this output is called an output. Now we're going to memorize that this is the defined word for output. So basically, it's anything that is created on the Suno platform from the prompts that you give it, which may just be text, it might be an instrumental for one of the songs that you're working on. This is really important because the framework of how I'm looking through this is, as a user, if you are one of my clients, I want you to know what rights are you giving to Suno, and then what rights do you have in what is created. It is very important that you only upload stuff that you own. And then they give a big long list. They're like, make sure you have all the rights, the licenses, permissions, and they really, in no confusing kind of way, say it in so many ways throughout this agreement, which is we totally disclaim any liability of any problems that you cause because you take something that's not yours and you upload it onto our service. Some other quick things, you have to be at least 13 to use the service. You cannot create multiple free accounts to try to use their free tier. And if you do that, they might ban you forever. It could be just terrible.
Okay, so let's review what she just said. So basically what she's trying to say is it's all about what they say is the output,
Correct.
but also the input. If you have taken it from, which is reasonable, you cannot take any material from somebody else and input that, and if they come after you, Suno is not liable. They're protecting themselves, right?
Okay.
But we have to, everything based now is the output, which means what you get from Suno is the output, and how do you use that?
Right.
So
So
that's what they're
we're
going to
giving
refer
them content, and they're producing output.
right. So now we have to see what she says about what you can do with the output and what are you liable for. Let's see what she says.
All right, so your conduct. You assume all the risks. Suno is not responsible for and disclaims any liability in connection with the content, right? So stuff that is generated. Suno reserves the right to investigate and take appropriate legal action against anyone who does bad things on its platform. It will also suspend, it can terminate your account. And then, PS, as with most of these service providers, in most of the terms of service, we do see that they say they have the right at any time to terminate your account. Sometimes we care greatly about that because your account will have valuable things in it. Sometimes you have like purchase credits for certain platforms. And so we pay attention to stuff like that. No difference here. They reserve the right to ban you and terminate your account whenever they so choose. They talk about free trials, the fees, payment processing. All right, so for first time we see a mention about commercial use because we care. How can you use the stuff that you create on Suno? Subject to the content section below. Unless otherwise expressly authorized herein or in the service, you agree not to display, distribute, license, perform, publish, reproduce, duplicate, copy, derivative works from, modify, sell. Okay, so basically you agree not to do any of the above things in regards to the service itself. That's okay. No one owns the Suno service. That's what it's saying. But then it goes on and it says, and any output. So for me, I just total breaks on that. Because remember, we were just back here. I was like, hey team, remember, they define output as anything that you create on the platform. So I go, either Suno is saying that everything that you make cannot be used in any commercial way. So meaning you can't put it on any music platforms, which would be no good, right? That would defeat the whole point for a lot of users of Suno. So that is what it says. But I'm like, maybe that's a typo because that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If you are someone that is needing help in the music business, at the end of this video, you can check out topmusicattorney.com. I have courses, I have free stuff just to kind of get.
Okay.
Interesting. So
a record label.
basically, what she just said was you can't use it.
But
then she said that makes no sense. She says it makes no sense.
I watched this a little further, so that's not quite. It seems. Let me see this again.
You agree not to display, distribute, license, perform, publish, reproduce, duplicate, copy, derivative works from, modify, sell. Okay, so basically you agree not to do any of the above things in regards to the service itself. That's okay. No one owns the Suno service. That's what it's saying. But then it goes on and it says, and any output. So for me, I just total breaks on that. Because remember, we were just back here.
Okay, so they say you don't own anything that it has created. Is that
Right.
what you took from that?
Yep. And also,
Okay.
you're not allowed to sell it.
Okay, so let's
Right?
see. Let's see further because I'm confused. I think that's amended somehow.
A record label. And then if you do want to get into touch with me or one of my lawyers, we got you covered. Okay, so here we go on the content. By using the service or otherwise transmitting submissions, so inputting data into Suno, you grant Suno and our affiliates, successors, assigns, and basically anyone that we work with, a non-exclusive, so you are giving to us a non-exclusive, fully paid up, sub-licensable, directly and indirectly through multiple tiers, assignable, royalty-free, perpetual, irrevocable right to license. That's a lot of words, okay? So they're like, you're basically giving us permission to license, use, reproduce, store, modify, distribute, or create additional works, right? These are called derivative works, based on any and all content that you submit. Let's take a second and digest that. So just be clear that if you are uploading something that you actually created, something that you own, right, as a prompt to Suno, you actually are giving it a license to then do pretty much whatever it wants with that content. So it goes, it's non-exclusive, meaning you're giving it to us, but you can give it to other people, but we can give it to someone else. We can sub-license it, we can assign it, we don't owe you any additional money. Now, again, I just go back to like, do I think that they're gonna run off with your instrumental and like give it to someone else without your permission? Well, no, I would certainly hope not, but the language is so broad. That is what it says. They could, in fact, do that. And I'm just curious, if you happen to have a hit and they decide that they want to now exploit that, right? They want to promote it, they want to do something with it because it was created in some kind of way, right, on their platform. If you are a creator, like a real creator, right, who's making your own music and now you are uploading it into Suno, that's the thing I just want you to be aware of. So it does say that, okay? And then it goes on.
Well,
Well,
so, but what about us? Can we re-record what they
gets into
created?
that. It gets into
Did they
that.
talk about that?
They do.
And
So,
the answer?
okay, let's continue.
For the avoidance of doubt, this license authorizes us to make your content available and to sublicense it to others as necessary to provide our service as Suno. And you further grant to Suno the worldwide, fully paid up, sublicensable, assignable, perpetual, and irrevocable, meaning you cannot take it.
Okay, so this is where I think it's trouble. If they have caught on to something that you have produced using Suno, no matter if you have contributed your own work, if you wrote those lyrics, if you wrote
Yeah.
any part of that, as soon as you give it to Suno and they like it, they can use it and profit from it. That's what that's saying. So what scares me about that is if you recreate something, re-record it, and it comes up for somebody else, some form of it, then you're exposed.
Right. You
For
can't
one,
sue them and say you stole my song because
they
you've
own it,
given it to them. You've given it to
Yeah.
them. They own it.
right?
Well, interesting. Very interesting.
That's tricky. That's tricky, man. All right. Okay, so let's continue. I mean, we're getting there now. We're getting there.
All right.
Back. Once you do it, you cannot take it back. To identify to the public that the output was generated via the service. Okay, so in other words, if you're concerned about people knowing that you use Suno, be aware that in their terms, it does say that they reserve the right to identify you to the public and to say, hey, Johnny over here used our platform to create this song. They can do that. You've already given them the permission. Again, just something that you should just be aware of if you are a creator using this platform. Although Suno has no obligation to monitor the content, you acknowledge and agree that we may do one or all of the following. We can monitor, we can edit, we can remove in whole or in part. So again, if you're uploading your stuff onto their platform, they do reserve the right to do stuff with that the content, okay? Subject to your compliance with these terms. If you are a user who has subscribed to a paid tier, Suno hereby assigns to you, okay, and this goes to the ownership piece. So as long as you are in a paid tier, Suno hereby assigns to you all of its right, title, interest in and to any output owned by Suno and generated from submissions, meaning so the input you gave it, made by you through the service during the term of your paid subscription. All right, so that's good news, right? So they are saying that as long as you are a paid user, and so long as what you created was created during the term of your paid subscription, that you own what you create. Okay, I'm like, boy, that's different than some of these other platforms that we've read the terms of service where otherwise they're just giving you a license. Here, Suno is actually saying that you own what you make.
Isn't that confusing?
Well, that's very good.
I'm confused.
Well, all it is if you paid money, let's say you paid $19.99. I don't know how much they charge, but let's say or let's say $100 for the year, right? You're a paid tier subscriber, and you did everything that we just did.
Mm-hmm.
They assign the rights to you. It's your song.
But let's say,
And I think you're
so,
allowed to. I think you're allowed to sell it,
okay.
It's kind of
but I'm not
exciting. Now
sure.
it does go on here. It goes, however, Suno makes no representations that you will actually be able to vest the copyright. I can tell you this. So I'm glad that they put this in here. They're like, just so you know, we're not like promising that you're going to be able to go and actually get a copyright registration. And as a copyright attorney, I can tell you the reason for that is that you can register a song that you made using AI so long as the song has something original in it that you inputted, that you created. If the entire thing is AI generated, you can't go and file for copyright protection. There is no copyright protection for anything that the AI created. So what happens, and look, if you guys want me to do this, I will.
I'm confused.
No, what they're saying is, if AI, anything that AI makes on its own, but let's say you submitted something like the lyrics, your lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
it's different.
Let me see that again.
That you will actually be able to vest the copyright. I can tell you this. So I'm glad that they put this in here. They're like, just so you know, we're not like promising that you're going to be able to go and actually get a copyright registration. And as a copyright attorney, I can tell you the reason for that is that you can register a song that you made using AI so long as the song has something original in it that you inputted, that you
So that's what she says, right? But
Yeah.
then she says this.
created. If the entire thing is AI generated, you can't go and file for copyright protection. There
So she's saying if the entire thing.
Right.
is
That's
no
right.
copyright protection for anything that the AI created. So what happens, and look, if you guys want me to do this, I will. That's why. All right, so then if you are someone using the free tier, you promise and agree that you will only use the outputs generated from submissions made by you through the service solely for your lawful, internal, personal, and non-commercial purposes. Okay, so really super duper important. They do say here specifically it is non-commercial if you are on the free tier. And that's also provided that you give attribution. So you have to identify Suno. And I'm just curious, I haven't heard about Suno or Udio, because Udio is the same way. I haven't heard about these music AI platforms going after Johnny.
I want to see what the next paragraph says. That looks interesting.
Any problems? Now, obviously, these platforms in some cases have not even been public for more than a few months. So, we'll see how this all happens or falls out. For the avoidance of doubt, output may be publicly available to third-party applications such as Discord, where it may be viewable, downloadable, and modified by other users, and that of third-party applications, plural, I think is what they meant to say. AKA, again, if you are a creator, you're using Suno, just be careful and just understand that your input could end up essentially being in someone else's song. Again, I don't know if that's practically what Suno is trying to do, but that is what their contract says. And also that your stuff may end up being on third-party applications.
Even if you're a paid member?
I'm not sure, but I think like this. The bottom line is write your own song.
And then you
the
don't have
bottom
to deal with
line.
any of this.
No, what do you have to deal with this for? We're songwriters. You're a songwriter. I'm a songwriter. We don't need this. We don't need AI. But I mean, it's fun. I will say that it's fun. And maybe we could use the ideas. We could use the chord progressions if there's something there that we like,
Okay. So
we could use some of the lyrics. No, but they'll never know. You take a line here, a line there.
Spotify came out with a new amendment on their contract.
I heard about that. Now, what did they say?
Nothing good.
They don't want to pay anybody. See,
It just gets worse and worse. I mean, this is nothing compared to what Spotify is making you sign now.
Really?
This is nothing. This is not messed up. This is easy compared to what Spotify wants you to let them claim on the music you create. I mean, I briefly scanned at it. I don't want to jump the gun, but it's almost as bad as saying anything you upload to their platform as an artist, they own.
So what it comes down to is everybody's greedy right now. Everybody's greedy. Everybody's being greedy. They all want, everybody wants something for nothing. They don't want to pay, and I don't know.
No, but there's something I saw that if you upload to Spotify, you have allowed them to take that song and use the publishing as their own. They can profit from it highly, and you will get nothing of that. That's what I saw. Okay. I mean, that's what I remember. That's going to be a whole other episode.
I think this is a case for Alan Shore at Boston Public. That's what I think.
Well, you know who's on Congress for entertainment is Rick Beato.
Yes, he's fighting them. Rick Beato is fighting Universal Music Group.
Well, he's fighting Universal Music Group, but he's also speaking in front of Congress.
It's very hard. I don't know how he can beat Universal Music Group. They're too rich.
Yeah, Universal Music Group and Spotify, both are stealing from artists. It's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, put it this way: what makes what we do, well, genre-wise, is different, but what makes what we do different from who's a famous Picasso, right? Let's say Picasso was still alive. Let's say they had some kind of streaming platform for art, for visual art, and that's the only way he can get his stuff in the public. But that platform now has the right to use that as the Mona Lisa, charge entry, but he sees nothing of that.
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. That's just,
And that's a different conversation for a different episode.
Well, all I can tell you guys is this. Bottom line is, musicians out there, write your own songs and go on the road like we did at Schlock Rock, perform, get a fee, get paid, go to the next city.
I mean, that's what it is. It's
That's what it
all
used to be.
the money is
used to
all
be.
in performing.
Uh,
I mean, that's the way it's been for decades.
Very interesting stuff. You did very good research. I want to thank Ethan Bill for this. Ethan, thank you. 'Cause
Anytime.
We learned a lot. Now, but at least it was fun making the songs, you know?
I still love it. I mean, I'm still I'm still gonna use the
But I
crap out
still
of
say
it.
you should use it, and then if you're going to use a song of theirs, just recreate it.
Recreate it, and I mean, it's never perfect, so you can change things, you know.
Yeah, change the arrangement. Nobody will know.
Change words.
That's not great legal advice. Don't listen to my legal advice. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if no one will know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
And especially
I'm still,
if it's Jewish music, it's such a small.
You're right.
Nobody cares. I
You're right.
hate to say it, except if somehow it goes to 6 zillion people, like if somebody would right now, I don't know, they would write it's got to go nationwide. It's got to go the whole world, the whole country.
What, for Jewish
But
music?
There's nothing Jewish that's going to do that.
Yeah, I think you're safe Jewish music wise, but they kind of are using secular instrumentals with Jewish music, so it's like, okay, well, that could come up again. I don't know.
Now, everybody out there, I just want to tell our listeners, tomorrow night we're going to have our last show before Rosh Hashanah, which will be musical. I will be doing a music show tomorrow night, and then we will go into the new year. The new year.
They gotta send requests.
5786. Yeah, why don't you send me some requests? Lenny at schlockrock.com. Lenny at schlockrock.com.
All right, put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat right now.
What do you want to hear?
I'll leave it up. Yeah.
You want to hear Shliach Man? Do you want to hear From a Soldier to a Healer? That which is one of the greatest original Schlock songs.
Really?
Don't you think? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You love that.
what's the other song on that record that's acoustic?
That's the Shliach song.
Yeah,
You like that?
that record's
That's
outstanding.
Rejuvenated. That's
Yeah,
2006
Rejuvenated.
from the Rejuvenated album.
Yeah,
So funny. I hardly play stuff from there.
I know, right? But when you revisit it, it's like, wow, that was great.
You know, Weird Al goes around the country performing. Apparently, his shows are amazing,
Yeah,
creative and amazing. And he
different.
plays whatever songs he wants to. Somehow everybody knows them. Like, I don't know how many people would know the Rejuvenated album. How many people would know the Kosher Cake album? How many people would know the My Shoe, the New Shul, which is
Well, at this point, but Schlock could have a rejuvenation, and then Rejuvenated would be number one on the Jewish music charts.
it sounds
never
good to
know.
me. It sounds
You
good.
you could do the Rejuvenation remix Rejuvenation. I don't know.
I love that song. That's a
Yeah,
great song.
that's a great song, man.
Oh,
And I don't know, like, did my father co-write some of those songs?
yes, he wrote the music. I wrote the words, I think.
Well,
think.
except for Soldier to a Healer, you wrote that.
I wrote that song, yeah. Yeah. And he wrote the Shliach song, and I wrote I didn't write the lyrics. I think he wrote
Which
everything.
is probably the last thing my father wrote or co-wrote. Was
Really?
that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
My father
Steve
never wrote anything.
Steve is retired now, by the way. For everybody out there, Steve Bill, who did over 15 albums with me, is retired now.
Completely retired.
Yeah.
Completely.
Meaning he doesn't play guitar so much anymore.
He'll pick it up. He's
Yeah, he'll
very into.
But he
He's
doesn't
very
perform.
into.
He doesn't
No,
perform.
he won't perform. No. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's not really into music at all. I don't blame him. When you do music for, I mean, he started when he's 18. He retired when he was 65. What is the math on that? 45 years?
That's 47 years. Yeah. 47 years.
All
and
you do to make a living and support your family is music and work day and night. Why would you be into music at that point?
Right. And he played with Count Basie and with Frank Sinatra and with Liza Minnelli and with Celine Dion and
I mean, his career was outstanding. I mean, he
know.
lived in a very different time, which goes into this very different time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
I think he was on your show. I don't know if you went
He
through
was on my show. He wanted to come on again. We'll have to get him on again.
Yeah, we should.
To discuss music. But yeah. So look, I mean, Schlock Rock is at that point now where is it finished or is it or do we keep going? I say we keep going, everybody.
I think so. Yeah.
Take a portion of your charity money and put it to the Schlock Rock Foundation so we can keep making songs. We also want to get Daniel and Babylon on the stage. It's important. Stuff is very important.
Yeah, so many opportunities. I mean, schlock music could be great. Lenny's original music is always great. You never. What I tell clients is just write and write and write, and put it out there, and you never know what's gonna hit.
And the writing gets better.
The writing gets better.
Yeah.
The more you do it.
Yeah.
And you already write amazing songs as it is. So
anyway, yeah.
What's the point of giving up?
No, we're not giving up. It's not over. Anyway, everybody, I think what we're going to do, Ethan, we're going to call it a show, and we will, and we'll figure out what's the next step to have you back. What are we going to talk about, and what are we going to do? But maybe what we'll do, we'll talk about it off air, and then we'll figure it out.
Well, I can tell you this: whoever's in the chat, put it in the chat whether you want to see me again. Because if you don't put it in the chat, you might not see me again.
Okay, let's see what happens.
All right.
We look at Facebook, we look at LinkedIn, we look at YouTube, we look at Twitter, or X, and then we'll see what the people say. All right, everybody out there, we will see you tomorrow night with our musical show right before Rosh Hashanah, and keep on schlocking, everybody. Keep on schlocking in the free world.